Even though I highly recommend Japanese motorcycles, and they tend to be the most reliable, they're easy to come by, the pricing is pretty good on them. You know, Japanese bikes you can't go wrong with. That's why, you know, I've always had Japanese bikes. I did have a few European bikes, but I find that Japanese bikes are a lot more reliable, parts are a lot cheaper, and I'd rather be riding than fixing. But I'm going to tell you guys that there is one fatal flaw with Japanese motorcycles.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
I said, if you're going to get a motorcycle, you got to get all the gear to keep you from having a real effed up day. And I have links to all this awesome gear, like this lightweight carbon fiber helmet that comes with an automatic tint shield, airbag vest to help keep you safe, shorty gloves. Links to all my gears in the description and comment section of this video. That brat, baby. Yeah, on that 450. Problem I have with Japanese motorcycles. The fatal flaw is that Japanese makes ugly motorcycles for the most part, man. Not all of them. I think the Yamaha R1 looks pretty good. I think the best looking Japanese bike ever, I think a lot of you guys will agree, is the older, the previous generation R6. That was a beautiful bike. Amazing bike. Yeah, baby. The Yamaha MT-07 is, I think, probably the ugliest bike that Yamaha makes. Next to the VMAX. The VMAX is ugly, but it's got all that torque and it's a beautiful bike to ride, don't get me wrong. But it's nothing, its looks are nothing to write home to mama about. The Kawasaki H2, amazing bike again, awesome, tons of power, beautiful in terms of performance, but then the looks, ugly. The Kawasaki ZH2, they managed to even make it uglier than the H2. The Yamaha MT-09, the new one, is uglier than the previous generations. Ugly. The MT-07 looks better. I have to give them credit. It does look pretty decent. I mean, it doesn't look bad, don't get me wrong, but the new MT-09 is ugly. That headlight, it doesn't flow with the bike. Awesome bike, don't get me wrong. I owned the previous gen MT-09, a 2020 MT-09, but that bike was kind of, I didn't like that bike that much because it didn't fit me well. It just, I hated the way the seating position was. It just didn't feel right, you know what I'm saying? And it was a bit that snatchy throttle, even though I fixed it a bit with putting you know, that flash tuner on there, which, by the way, if you want to flash tune your own bike, you can get a flash tuner for your bike, and it's easy. I have a link to one in the description and comment section of this video, which will open your bike up and help smooth the throttle out, especially on that older MT-09 and probably the new MT-09. I don't know, I haven't rode the new one. But I'm telling you, Japanese motorcycles are so ugly, a lot of them. I mean, Italian bikes are beautiful, most of them. But Japan makes the, I don't know what it is. I don't know where they get their designers. Like, what are they thinking in their head when they're designing these bikes? But I wish they would hire some designers from Ducati, or especially MV Agusta. Could you imagine if Japan made bikes that look like MV Agusta bikes? Oh my gosh, I can guarantee you that most of the new bikes that come out with is going to be ugly, man. Even though you know, once you throw a leg over the bike, all that matters is the performance and your enjoyment riding, okay? Don't get me wrong, but it's also really nice to have a good looking bike. And don't get me wrong, Honda, and especially Honda, used to make some pretty good looking bikes. I thought my former 2012 CBR 1000 RR was a pretty good looking bike, even though some of you guys call that ugly, but you know, looks are subjective. I was always a CBR fan back in the day, but the new CBR 1000 RR, I don't like the looks, and the triple R, I don't like the looks of it, man. It's like, come on, man. Get something pretty. Make something pretty for once. My gosh, is it that hard to make a pretty bike? Make a pretty bike that we want to buy, that we look at it and we're like, oh, I gotta have that bike. It looks awesome.
Although I will say the new 2025 Ducati Panigale V4 has gotten uglier. The lines just don't flow like they used to. I don't know, maybe they hired Kawasaki designers.
We get that with KTM. We get it with Aprilia, MV Agusta, a lot of other European bikes. With Japan, not often do we get that. Like I said, some of the bikes are okay looking. The R1, the previous R6 was awesome. But there's not many pretty bikes out there, man. You know what I'm saying, for Japan. And that could change easily. They're the richest manufacturers. Japan, if you are listening, please make your bikes pretty, okay? I'd hire some designers steal some designers from Ducati and MV Agusta, okay? And design us some beautiful bikes. Okay, I want you guys, tell me guys, what do you guys think? You share my opinion that Japanese motorcycles are most of them are ugly. And tell me, what are the pretty Japanese bikes? I want to hear your opinion on what are the prettiest. Like I said, to me, the prettiest Japanese bike out of all of them, hold on, yeah, baby, is the previous gen R6. Beautiful bike. Beautiful bike. Still today, it's a good looking bike. And one of the most popular bikes, has probably one of the most winningest bikes in the history, probably. But I tell you guys that, you know, one thing you can't go wrong with the Japanese dirt bikes, because dirt bikes look like dirt bikes. You know what I'm saying? They all pretty much look the same. So to me, this is a good looking bike, but some of you guys may think this is ugly. I don't know. Like I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
I do believe my 2024 modded KTM 690 SMCR looks beautiful, but my YZ rules.
It doesn't matter what Cycle Cruiser thinks, because it matters what you're buying it. And that's all that matters. I've seen you guys are super happy on some of the ugliest bikes out there. Well, like I said, it don't matter what Cycle Cruiser thinks, man. But I tell you guys, you know, whatever you do, make sure you hit thumbs up. It really helps my channel when you hit thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and also share this video. And I'd like to get other people's opinion, man. That's why I do these videos, to help incite community discussion. I love talking with you guys and getting your opinions on stuff, man. Deuces.
Thumbs up. Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe.